was just 60 seconds of silence. Imagine if we lived in a world in silence. Imagine if there was no such thing as small talk. Think about that. You're at a funeral and there's no small talk. You're at a wedding and no small talk. You're at a networking event and no small talk. Probably no business either. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun with small talk because small talk is actually one of the most important pieces of communication that you can ever master. Because when you master small talk, you build partnerships, collaboration, new business, friendships, mentorship. The world opens up doors of opportunity. So are you ready to have a little fun with small talk? Okay, I've got to get so comfortable. So I'm going to do just that because we have to get comfortable with small talk. That's the first step. And we're going to do that today by playing around with small talk. And I'm not talking about this kind of small talk. Oh yeah, Beverly, like it's raining outside. Did you see the rain? It rained yesterday. It's going to rain tomorrow. Rain, 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 raining cats and dogs, just rain. And then when it's not raining, guess what? It's snowing. I'm not talking about that kind of small talk. And I'm not talking about this kind of small talk either. Did you see what Cynthia was wearing today? That top with that bottom. Didn't she get the memo? Oh my gosh, Cynthia, what were you thinking? I'm not talking about gossip. And I'm not talking about this kind of small talk either. You have to buy today. You have 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Buy, 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 buy. I'm not talking about sales and cheesy sales. I'm talking about true connections between two people perhaps that you've never met. And today is all about that kind of small talk. Because when you master small talk, the doors of opportunity are there and waiting for you. Okay, so here we go. Raise your hand if you find small talk a little bit awkward and uncomfortable. Raise it high. Of course, right? Because there's risk in small talk. Risk of embarrassment, rejection, fear, all of that is in small talk. And it happens even to me who loves small talk. I'll give you an example. The other day, I had my 50th birthday party. Thank you. And what do you do when you have a 50th birthday party as a woman? You head to the doctor for your 50th checkup. So there I was. Dr. Key was sitting in her stool, I in my chair, and we're sitting there having conversation. Dr. Key knows quite a bit about me. She delivered my 2 girls. She took on all of my family members when they moved to London. And we talk about travel and mental health all the time. So on this particular day, it was no different. I'm sitting there in my chair, and she asked the question. So Sarah, where'd you go for the summer? And I said, oh my gosh, Dr. Key, you'll never guess. We had the best time ever. We went to New York, and I took Amelia, my daughter, and we went to shows. It was fabulous. So then she says, Sarah, what shows did you go to? And I'm ready, because I knew we were going to talk about this. And I got real excited in my seat, and I said, I went and saw the Book of Mormon. Well, she stood up from her little stool and went, what? How dare you take your daughter to that show? It's terrible. It's horrible. It's like I walked out after 15 minutes. What were you thinking? So as you can imagine, I'm sinking in my chair because in the next 5 minutes or so, I've pissed off the one person that's going to examine me while I'm in stirrups. Not a good idea. But I quickly recovered. But I also went to see Hello, Dolly with Bernadette Peters. And she relaxed a little bit. So there is risk in small talk. But you know what? That one risk doesn't even compare or touch to the hundreds and hundreds of great examples about how small talk can work for you. So are you ready to have a little fun? If we could have a little bit of lights. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to turn to the person next to you. So pick a partner at your table. And I'm going to give you a topic. You're going to have 30 seconds to speak on that topic. And then I'm going to blow my beautiful whistle. And that's going to mean you're going to switch. All right, so you have a partner? You have somebody you can talk to? Great, great. A partner means two people. I know we're inclusive, but two people, please. Okay, so here is the topic. Wait for it. Wait for it. You have 30 seconds, and then when I blow the whistle, you're going to switch. Dentist. Dentist is your topic. Maybe you have someone you know. Maybe you've had an appointment. I don't know. Talk about it for 30 seconds. Go. And switch. Awesome. I heard lots of energy. So does that mean you had something to talk about? Good stories? Excellent. So we're going to try that. That was just a warm up. We're going to try it again. Our second topic is going to be, wait for it. This is good. Your favorite indulgence. Okay, ready? Go. And switch. Awesome. Not so bad, right? Are you getting to know some people at your tables? All right. So the third one's a little bit tricky. You got to listen to this. This is a little bit trickier. So I want you first to picture somebody that you would love to meet. Somebody you would love to meet. Could be a movie star or a musician, a politician. Well, maybe not that. Somebody else. Who would you like to meet? Step part 2 is going to be, now, what would you say to them if you met them on the street? So I'll give you an example. Mine is Ellen, favorite of mine. And if I saw her on the street, I would say to her, hey, Ellen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us beautiful, confident, strong, powerful women the permission to wear pants and flats. Thank you. So you've got your person in mind, and now for 30 seconds, you're going to talk about what you would say to that person. Ready? Go. Okay, awesome. Not so bad, right? You've got this small talk thing. So what makes it so tricky? What makes it so tricky? Well, it was about a year ago I was speaking at the Power of the Purse. And it was a room just like this. And it was lunchtime because I used to speak after lunch. And all the tables were cleared. All the tables were cleared because women were off shopping, eating, getting some extra dessert, mingling, having some fun. Empty. Except for this one table in the corner near the booth. And I was getting mic'd up just like I did today. And in that table was a group of young women, all on their phones. Not one other person was at a table except that one table. So, what do you do, right? I got a little mom in me. I'm going to go over and say hello. So I did just that, and I went and I said, wow, have you had a great morning? Aren't the booths incredible? There's some really cool stuff out there. You heard some great speakers. And they nodded. And I walked away to get ready. They went back to their phones. I went home that night, and I said to my daughter, Amelia, the day was awesome. You know how much I love the Power of the Purse. It was fabulous. Speakers were great. But you know what troubled me is that there was this one table, and I told her the story. And then she looked at me and she said, Mom, it's not that they didn't want to. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to. And isn't that true? In life, we don't know how to do small talk because why should we? Don't talk to strangers, right? Or in today's day and age, maybe they do small talk, but they do it through Instagram. Or think about it. We live in a world today where we never have to leave our homes. You pump your own gas. You check out your own groceries. You can order anything you want in. You never have to talk to a soul. No wonder we don't know how to master small talk. So here it is. This is what I like to call the triple E effect. Triple E effect. The first E is to explore common ground. So what I mean by that is something like today. What's your name there? Sarah. That's easy. That's good. That's the first time that ever's happened. Sarah, we're at the Power of the Purse. Isn't this great? It's going to be a great day. We have the power of purse in common. And you are? Linda. Are you from Sarnia, Linda? Oh, cool. We don't have that in common, but we're here at this place. Have you ever been to the hotel here?
Sure, lots of times.
Yeah. Okay. We're finding common place, common ground. The second E is to expand it and explore further, deeper. So now I might say, hey, Sarah, have you been to the Power of the Purse before? Common ground. No? First time ever? Well, you're going to love it. It's going to be a great day. What are you most excited about? Speakers, right? We're expanding. We're exploring. And the third thing is to engage. Because isn't it the worst? When you're sitting there talking to someone and they're like this. There's Cynthia. I should go talk to Cynthia. Right? Engage. Ask questions. Smile. Show that you're into that conversation. Engage. So I'll give you an example of how cool this really is. I was at Reitman's the other night. I don't know if anyone else shops there, but I have those cards that say it runs out tonight, you get $10 off or $20. Okay, we get it, right? Okay, so there I was. It was 20 to 9 in the evening. Oh, sorry, Mike, just have to run out for a minute, and ran to Reitman's. The store is about to close. There's a lineup of people, because obviously I found some great deals, and there's a lineup of people, and there's this young couple in front of me. And she looks at me, and I smile. She looks at me again. And she says, oh, I love your T-shirt. And I looked down, because I had to remember what I wore out that day. And it was my Disney in New York T-shirt. And I said, oh, do you like Disney? Well, we started this conversation that lasted 5-10 minutes. And we were telling about each other's experiences at Disney. We both had this in common. We were getting so excited about it. It was like we had known each other for years. At one point, I said, oh, Pirates of the Caribbean, right outside of there, there's a scavenger hunt. She says, really? I didn't know that. She writes it in her phone. She looks at her boyfriend, smiles. Amazing, right? We talked like we had talked together for years. And then she says, you know how much I love Disney? I said, no, tell me. She lifts up her pant leg, and there's a tattoo of Mickey Mouse. I like this girl. And so from there, I had to say, well, I hate to ask this, but I'm actually a professional speaker, and I speak on small talk and communications and how to build presentations and how to be a professional speaker. And she says to me, oh, that's cool. And I said, so can I take a picture of your ankle? She said, sure. So I took a picture of her Mickey Mouse. And then I said, and to show you how much we love Disney, I said, my daughter and her boyfriend work there. And now they're about to go back. And when they go back, I think there's a proposal just around the corner. Her boyfriend is behind her, looks at me and goes, that's not a very good wink. Love story, right? So great. So they leave. I feel all giddy because I've talked about Disney. I turn to the counter, and the young lady that is now going, checked out. She says to me, so you talk about presentation skills? And I said, yeah. And she says, I'm in this course at the University of Western, and we are in a presentation class. And she says, boy, you need to come and speak to them. PowerPoint, slide after slide, bullet points, death by bullet. It was a disaster. You need to come and speak to the class. And I said, well, what did you do for yours? And she said, I did a skit. And I gave her a high five. And then on our way out, as she's locking the door, she says to me, I love Disney. I would love to work there. And I passed her the link on how do you apply for Disney. What a perfect night of small talk. Amazing. Common ground, Disney. Presentation skills. We explored further. We asked questions. We gave information. We took on this role of connection. And then finally, we engaged, we laughed, we joked, we had fun. Triple E effect works every time, I promise you that. Makes it really simple too. So we're going to try that. Are you ready? This time, I'm not going to give you the topic. Okay, I'm not going to give you the topic. Go to the person on the other side, so you switch it up a little bit. And now you're only going to, this is tough. You have 30 seconds to have a conversation, 30 seconds to have a conversation and find your common ground. Find something you have in common, a connection you have. Are you ready? And go. Okay, raise your hand if you found something in common. Raise your hand. Hold it up high. Raise your hand if you found something in common. Wow. Now, keep your hand up if that was pretty cool that you found a connection that you would never think you'd find. Awesome. Awesome. Now, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. There's a little table in the back. And that little table says Spoken Advantage. And I don't have a book to sign. I don't really have much at the table. But I will be there. And I will be a little bit lonely. And I will be sitting there all by myself, alone, solo. And what I encourage you or challenge you to do today throughout the day is come so that we can find connection. Because mastering the art of small talk can lead to incredible things. My best client 2 years ago was there because of small talk. You may have heard of this client. Their name is Starbucks. Just a thought. Would anyone like to have Starbucks as a client? Just a thought. My daughter had the opportunity to go to Disney World because of a conversation in small talk. 23 years ago, I moved to London from Toronto, and I went to a networking event much like this. And at that networking event, I met a woman. 23 years later, I'm standing here saying she is truly my best friend and sister because of small talk. Okay, so it doesn't end there, though. And if I have a minute, I have enough. A year ago to this day, Power of the Purse, I sat here just like you. And a couple of those friends I met through networking, one of them here today, and my daughter was here, because the day before, that friend that I met 23 years ago, her daughter had passed away. And it was because of small talk, because of networking, because of connection, because of finding things like this out that I came to Power of the Purse the day after the funeral. There is connection in this room. There are incredible stories in this room. Master small talk. Mess up on it. Take the risk. It's okay. We can recover. Did I mention that lonely little table at the back? When you master small talk, you will find the secret to success. Thank you.